Hey everyone, I don't know how good this angle is and it's gonna be a little shaky, so I'm sorry. Excuse me. But I figured I would do a video about how labor and delivery went and like the story of. So I haven't done a video in a really long time, and I actually have a couple videos on my computer that are like my week 35 and 36 update, I think, or 37 and 38, or 30s. I mean, 36 and 37 and 37 38. I don't know. Anyway, I have those on my computer. I just never edited them, so I can upload them because I probably have some interesting information on there for those of you who are expecting and whatever. So, but I went into labor. Well, technically, I would say I went into labor Friday the 28th, I think it was, because I was having a lot of cramping that night, and it ended up going away, and then I didn't have a whole lot of cramping after that. But I was leaking like fluid, not a whole lot. It was like real little amounts. But if I sat on the bed without anything on, you could see it on the bed, like a little puddle. Not a puddle, but like a wet spot on the bed. Not to be gross, but I mean, this is gonna be a lot of information. Like, could be TMI, so if you're gonna like get grossed out, you might want to skip this video. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. It's a lot of information to fit in. So okay, so then I go to work Saturday night and I have some cramping, not a whole lot, maybe like what I would say like maybe a couple contractions throughout the entire night at work. And then that morning, I remember Heather came in and I told her, I'm like, well, I thought I was going into labor on Friday, but I wasn't. And then when I left, she's like, well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I hope so. And then I come home. I remember like Kyle and I had a fight over something stupid. Not really a fight, just like I was mad at him or hurt or I don't know. It was just something really stupid. And I was just like stressed out. And then we went to bed and like I could feel myself being stressed out. Or I could feel myself stressing Sadie out. At least that's what it felt like. Or at least that's what I thought it was. Because I could feel her like moving and it felt really weird. Like different than normal. So that's why I thought that like I was stressing her out. And I had felt it a day or two before. But I was also worked up then too. So I don't know if like that's why I thought that I was just stressing her out. But what I think it was now is that she was moving her way down because we went to bed, probably went to sleep around 8:30 in the morning, and I woke up at 12:20, like feeling like I'm about to pee myself. Like I had to pee, like I feel it, but like okay, like I don't know if any of you remember what it's like to like wet the bed, but like you sort of feel like a bubble of liquid first. And that's what I thought, like I thought I was just peeing in the bed and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get up before I pee in the bed and make it gross. So I sit up and it, oh my god, it's the weirdest feeling. Like, literally thought I was just peeing myself the whole way. Like, I jump out of bed and it's just like, I can't stop it. Like, if Kyle would have been awake, I probably look sort of like a penguin walking because I'm trying to hold it in. And it was just like, it was as if I had no control over my bladder, but I wasn't peeing, it was actually my water breaking. So, the floor was wet, like, had lots of little wet spots all the way to the bathroom, which if you've seen the apartment tour, you know where that is. And then the floor was just absolutely soaked in the bathroom. And then I still felt like I had to pee. Or no, I wasn't sure if I still had to pee because I was like all nervous. So I sat down on the toilet and I had to pee. And there was a lot that came out. And I'm like, there's no way that I just peed all this way and then went pee in the toilet. So after I went pee, washed my hands, I came back into the bedroom. I'm like, Kyle, I need you to do me a favor. Well, actually, I turned the fan off first because I was really nervous about telling him that I could be going into labor. Like, it wasn't even how I planned on telling him that everything happened at all. and I'm like, Kyle, I need you to do something for me. And he jumped up, and I'm like, can you smell the bed and tell me if it's pee? 'Cause I was just like, I don't know why I had him smell it. I'm sure I could have done it, but I was just like, my mind was everywhere. And he smelled it, and he's like, it does not smell like pee. And I'm like, oh my god. And then I started leaking more water, and it was like a ton. So I ran back to the bathroom, and I sat on the toilet, and I told Kyle, I'm like, I don't want to get up because I just keep leaking water. So I call the midwife and tell her what's going on, or the on-call midwife. And they told me like, well, are you having contractions? And I wasn't having contractions at the time. It was just my water was definitely breaking. So I remember she had said if I fill a pad, then I'm definitely in labor. Well, the way the water was leaking, I knew for a fact that I was in labor, or that my water had broke. So, Kyle hops in the shower, takes a quick shower, gets my hospital bag ready, which of course we hadn't gotten ready because I really didn't think I would have been that early. And this is December 30th, by the way. And, he's getting all that together. I'm trying to tell him everything that I need. While sitting on the toilet, like freaking out. I'm like texting everybody, telling them what's going on, and Facebook, of course. And then I remember trying to find some pants to wear, and I put on some pants, and then I leaked through them water. My water broke through them some more. Which, by the way, no one ever really tells you how much your water leaks. And actually, the nurse, when we got to the hospital, said that this was the most that she had ever seen. So, I must have had, like, a lot of, like, amniotic fluid. I don't know, there was a lot. Like, I can't believe my body held that much, to be honest. So, anyway, then I tried putting a pad on, thinking at least that will soak some of it up. Well, next thing, like, 2 minutes after I get this pad on, I'm soaked through it, so I said, screw that, and I just threw some pants on and threw a towel between my legs. I call my work, let them know I'm going into labor, and, we go to the hospital. Once we get there, I felt so weird walking with the towel between my legs, like, it was so awkward, and then, like, Kyle pushing me in the wheelchair, like, he was, like, so excited that he was, like, going really, like, he was walking really fast, and, I don't know, it was crazy. And then when we get into the elevator, he tries to turn me around, and, like, the elevator's going up, and he's trying to turn me. That made me feel a little sick. Well, anyway, okay, so all that short, because I'll write a blog about this, and I'll have more detail, because, let's see, I've only got, like, less than 10 minutes left, so, okay. So, they get me in the room, and the whole time, I had my mom and dad there, my friend Laura, she was actually the first one to show up, and then, my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, because my father-in-law wasn't there till after Sadie was born, my mother-in-law, and my two brother-in-laws, they were all there, and Kyle, of course, and, they were there for the whole thing, up until I gave birth, and then it was just Kyle and my mom. But, I had, like, some high blood pressure issues, so they put me on this magnesium crap, and, on that, you couldn't have anything to drink, and you couldn't have anything to eat. The only thing that I could, like, put in my mouth was ice chips, and that went on for, for the, like, 24 hours that I was in labor. So I was, like, I was miserable, because I was so thirsty, I was hungry, and I was just not a happy camper. And then at, like, 11 o'clock at night, well, 10:30ish, they gave me the, oh, what is it called? Not the Nubane. I had the Nubane earlier, and that made me feel, like, really loopy. and like tired. It's the thing that they put in your back for the pain that numbs you. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it, but that's what I finally got that, and that was the strangest feeling. Like, whew, like it just felt like they were putting like something spongy between my spinal cord, like layers. I don't know how to describe that. Epidural. That's it. And that definitely made me numb. And once they put that in, my blood pressure like just bottomed out. And when that happened, Sadie's heart rate went way low, like down in the, I think it was between 40 and 60. So, oh my gosh. Like it happened like that. And I felt fine. I just felt really like tired and my head itched a lot. But poor Kyle, he was so worried. Like, I wasn't worried at all. I was just like, everything's gonna be fine. Like, something's gonna happen to me or the baby. Like, it just can't happen. But Kyle was, like, freaking out. And he freaked out so much that he's like, I just want one kid. Like, I don't want to do this again. So, finally, they got it all to level out. And I wasn't allowed to lay on my back anymore or sit or anything. I had to be on one side or the other, which was awful for my legs. And then finally I tried to get some sleep because the epidural really helped with the contractions. And then, oh, let's see, finally, I realized that I was like, this is it, like, I'm gonna go into labor, or I'm gonna be delivering my baby, and this was like probably around 11, I don't know, I was only in labor for 45 minutes, and Sadie was born at 12:21. I mean, I was only pushing for 45 minutes, which they say is really fast, but it felt like forever. So, hold on. Okay, 6 minutes. So yeah, pushing was, like, exhausting. I remember, like, the pain was awful, but I was so exhausted that, like, between each contraction, I could have just fallen asleep because I was so tired. Like, I had had maybe, like, 2 hours of a nap, and it was a crappy nap because everybody was really loud. Not everybody, my brother-in-laws, which they're loud anyway. I mean, one of them's 12, so it's to be expected. But, and I had been up since, like, it was a long day, and Kyle hadn't slept at all. I don't know how he did it. Because I think Kyle was up for 27 hours. So I was like, oh my gosh. So, I just remember, like, the pain was horrible, and then, there was a point where, like, she was, I don't even know if you're on me, she was, like, I don't know if her head was stuck there or what, but it just felt like her head was in, like, the opening of it, and I couldn't push because I wasn't in a contraction, and that was, like, the worst pain I'd ever had. Like, it was just, there was so much pressure and the pain, and it stung and burned, and I just wanted to push. I was like, why can't I push? Like, come on. And, whew. So, they're like, well, when my next contraction came, they told me little pushes, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to push this thing out. So, like, I did little pushes, and I apparently did it right. And then finally, like, okay, one more big push, and then finally she's just out, and you can feel, like, it just felt like such relief. It was really gross feeling. Like, felt like just a bunch of spongy stuff came out of me. And it was just, whoa, it was so gross feeling. And then they put her, like, Kyle cut the cord, and they put her on my stomach. And they, like, so many people have told me you forget the pain after they lay on your stomach. The pain subsided, but I will never forget that pain. Like, I love my daughter. I really don't think I want any more, though. So, yeah. So she was out. She was born at 12/21, December 31st. So yay, tax refund, baby. Hold on. Okay, I've only got a couple minutes left, so I really gotta make this quick. Yeah, 7 pounds, 2 ounces, 21 inches long. At her last doctor's appointment, she was back to birth weight, so that's good. she had jaundice, and at her doctor's appointment it was gone. The hospital was like really, really awesome. I did have a lot of like muscle pain in both my hips. Like, it was like that pain was way worse than the vaginal pain that I had felt until now. And now that that pain has subsided, I have awful vaginal pain. Had. Now I'm just itching. The healing process is the worst. Like, I hate the fact that you're bleeding for forever and that once it starts healing, it itches and you can't do anything. And not to be like TMI, but my sex drive was really weird when I was pregnant, and after I gave birth, like a day later, I noticed it was completely different. And like, it's awful not being able to do anything with my husband yet. Like, he was so awesome in that room, and I just want to like show him how thankful I am by just like showing him how much I love him. And I can't even do that until like I get on the birth control. And anyway, I've only got about a minute left, so I'm gonna end this here. I'll probably do a part 2 after I figure out things that I missed. And then there's other things I want to talk about, like the couple days I was in the hospital, the healing process, being home, Sadie, and weight loss. So, and anything else I can think of. So I'm gonna end it here, and I'll talk to you guys later.